know that music entertains us, but there's so much more to it than that. Music is what brings us together. It can inspire, motivate, and heal. And just sometimes, a song can say everything when we can't. I'm so excited to bring you these wonderful tunes and artist stories. I'm Stacey Newman, and this is More Than the Music. Hey guys, welcome to this week's More Than the Music. We're here at Songbirds Guitar Museum in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We decided to wrap season 1 with some faces you'll definitely recognize. First up, we've got Schneider. I get to sit down with him and talk at Alley Taps in Nashville, Tennessee. He's going to tell us a little bit about his current and past endeavors in the entertainment industry. Let's watch. We are here in historic Printers Alley in Nashville, Tennessee. And we're here to talk to Schneider at Alley Taps. You might know him as Bo Duke or maybe Pa Kent. Anyway, let's head on in. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining us here.
You got it. This is wonderful.
Tonight. So, obviously, everybody knows you as Bo Duke. I guess we're a music show, but we'll talk about that too.
Okay.
You were 18, 19 when you started? 18 on that show. So, how did you get into that? What sparked your interest in acting?
I'm from a little town called Mount Kisco, New York. And one of the things I used to do every Saturday was go to the movies. We had a great movie theater there. So I'd see a double feature, and I had the feeling that I was supposed to be up there, not down here. But it was an interesting feeling. Same thing when I went to concerts and things. I had a feeling I was in the wrong place. Not like, oh, gee, I'd really like to be up there, but it was like a realization as an 8-year-old, oh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And that never left me. So I wanted to be in movies, and I thought, well, I guess the best way to start is to do theater. And remember, this is like an 8-year-old thinking. So I got into local theater in New York State, where I lived there in Westchester County, and did everything I could, and then moved to Atlanta with my mom, with IBM, and did everything I could there. So by the time Dukes of Hazzard came around at 18, history kind of has it like, oh yeah, he had never thought about acting, and somebody said, oh, that's Bo Duke, and it happened. No, I had done theater for 10 years by the time Dukes of Hazzard came around. So I was ready for the audition. They say success is where preparation meets opportunity. And that's what happened for me. And it sounds kind of cavalier, but it wasn't. It was like I read the Dukes of Hazzard thing. I was doing music in Atlanta at that point, and I read it, and I thought, oh, this is it. This is that thing that's supposed to catapult me into whatever, and it was.
It did.
If you have a dream, go for it. It's never too late, and it's never too early. Because there's something you're supposed to be doing, and you know what that is.
Hopefully. Yeah,
well, I think you do. I think underneath all the friendly, we don't want you to be disappointed, so we don't want you to go for something that we don't think. Well, who the hell are you to tell me I'm not gonna reach my goal? You know, you go out there and you don't reach your goal, but I'm gonna reach mine. And I want to help as many people do that as possible.
So, do you remember what your folks listened to when you were growing up? Did that inspire your music?
Oh my goodness, yes. My dad played in a square dance band. Cool. In New York State called the Crop Dusters, because he was a pilot. But the big influence in my life musically was my uncle, who had cerebral palsy, and his life centered on spinning vinyl in the basement. But he would sit down there, and I was born in 1960, so I was born when I was 4, 5, 6, the Beatles were happening. The Animals were happening. Some great music was happening in the 60s. All that music really helped me get a really wide appreciation for different kinds of music and great lyrics. There's a difference between a good song and a great song, and the big difference between an awful song and a good song. And most people know what that is. They can tell, well, that song sucks. Then when you get from a great song to an exceptional song, it gets harder and harder to tell. It's like the test is that when the hair on the back of my arm stands up, it's like I have to do that song. I have to do
Solid
that song.
test.
So when we came in and said we're going to do the Odyssey, and my question to or my challenge to the songwriters was, listen, I want the song that as soon as you wrote it, as soon as you finished it, you said, this is the greatest thing I've ever written, and somebody's going to snag this thing up right away. And nobody's cut it. Nobody's been able to hear it. Nobody loves it like you do. Play me that song. And the Odyssey is full of these songs that they are so rich and full of life.
Odyssey is a 52 song
How about that?
video.
52 songs.
It's amazing. And so you guys are setting out to do release one every single week this year, correct?
We have, yeah, every Tuesday we've released a song.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So do you record most of them here in Nashville or
All of them.
Louisiana? Or?
Everything here.
Oh, okay, great.
Yep.
What is a job that you would be terrible at?
Accounting.
Who is your bucket list collaboration? Like anybody, living or dead, if you could play with them, who would it be?
I had the great pleasure of knowing a lot of great people. I think Chris Christopherson. I've worked with Chris. I've not sat and written with Chris, but Chris Christopherson has a perspective on life that I think is totally unique.
Say you're going to be stuck on a desert island.
I'm going to be stuck on a desert island.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What album would you bring with you if you could only bring one?
The Stranger. Billy Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on my bucket list, interview list.
Yeah, The Stranger, I think, is one of the greatest albums ever. Yeah. I think we'd get along. I know that I'd get along with Springsteen. I think Springsteen would be a hoot, but I do appreciate Billy Joel more just because of the way he puts words together. Springsteen is amazing and a wonderful poet. Christopherson, Springsteen. But Billy Joel is, because I'm a musical theater brat too, Billy Joel has a way of just he's like Sondheim. So Christopherson, Springsteen, Joel, Sondheim. And if you understand what that meant, good for you.
I like it. I've never heard him compared to Stephen Sondheim before, but, I can dig it.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll be right back with more. Hey guys, welcome back. We're at Alley Taps in Nashville with John Schneider. Can you tell us about Can I Buy You a Beer?
Sure. When I first heard Can I Buy You a Beer, I thought, this is a great way to say thank you to our men and women in uniform. And for me, when I mean in uniform, I also mean our police officers. I mean our first responders. I don't think we can say thank you enough to those people who provide our freedom and who risk their lives to do so every day, abroad and here. When I grew up in New York, we had Officer Jack McCarthy would show us cartoons on Saturday morning. So I always had I have a smile when I see a police officer. And somehow that's kind of gone by the wayside, and I don't know why, and it's not fair. Because that's what they're doing. They're not just out there trying to give us tickets, they're out there protecting us. So this song to me is an exceptional way to be able to say thank you to all those folks. And if you watch the video closely, you'll see some firemen in there, you'll see some police officers in there, you'll see military in there. And I just love it. Because when I see someone in uniform, I say thank you for your service, but I think we've done that so much now that it's kind of become by rote, that we just say it. So I encourage people to come up with another way. If you see a police officer, a serviceman, servicewoman, whatever you see in a restaurant, whether it's doesn't matter what the restaurant, could be a donut shop, right? And just kind of sneak over and buy their coffee for them without them knowing it, or put something toward their tab, or buy them a beer.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Can I buy you a beer?
Let's check it out, guys.
Can I buy you a beer? Just need a moment of your time.
The day was fun.
I'll be out of your hair and let you get on with the rest of your night. I saw the flag on your shoulder, saw the stripes up there on your sleeve. So I just had to come over, make sure you know your next round is on me. Can I buy you a beer or two? It's the least I can do. A humble salute of my gratitude for your sacrifice, laying it on the line. You're always in my heart and in my prayers. So can I buy you a beer? Wish it were more than a gesture. Can't hold a candle to what you do, but I want you to know it's never unnoticed, and I got your back too. While I'm holding the woman I love, you're missing yours for miles and years. I'm with my boys at the bar, you're with yours, and God knows where, making sure that the coast is clear. So can I buy you a beer or two? It's the least I can do. A humble salute of my gratitude for your sacrifice, laying it on the line. You're always in my heart and in my prayers. So can I buy you a beer? Can I buy you a beer or two? It's the least I can do. A humble salute of my gratitude for your sacrifice and laying it on the line. Can I shake your hand, say thank you, man, 'cause you're kicking ass, so I'm raising my glass, 'cause it's long overdue. This one's for you. Always in our hearts and in our prayers. You're always in our hearts and in our prayers. You know you're always in our hearts and in our prayers. So hey, can I buy you a beer?
John, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
You're
This
very
has
welcome.
been a blast.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you later on down the road.
Okay.
Thanks
Down
for
the
sticking
alley.
around, guys. Hey guys, we are here with the Bacon Brothers at Songbirds in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Thanks so much for being here, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
So excited to chat with you. How would you guys describe your music to someone who's never heard it before?
You know, when we first did our very, very first album in 1995, we get that question a lot, obviously. When you put a band together, everyone wants to know what you play. And so we were kind of saying, well, we're kind of folk, rock, soul, country. So we came up with this term, Foro Soco, folk rock soul country. And we decided that we were going to name our first album that, which is probably not the best idea since nobody can pronounce it.
When I was researching, I was like, how do you say that?
How do you say that? I know, if you're not Italian.
It's a great marketing tool. Nobody
Yeah. Foro Soco.
It makes a great story, though.
Yeah, so that's what we play, Foro Soco.
You guys are both very busy guys. How do you find time to write music? What's your process like for that?
Well, I write two different kinds of music. One, I'm a film composer, and that's based on my clients and when stuff has to be delivered. The songwriting is a little bit different, and it's a mystery that I think all songwriters have to confront is, what is it that makes one day you sit down with this guitar in the same room at the same time after eating the same breakfast, and a song comes out, and the next day you're dry?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I wish I knew I know what the process is once the song starts, because then, you know, you're playing and you're trying out different things and the lyrics are starting to fit in with the, you know, the changes and stuff, but the moment at which it's going to hit you is completely elusive to me.
So as a composer, does the band help write the music for the songs, or is that your job?
We both write the music and the lyrics, and we both write separately. And the only song that we're doing right now was co-written with the band. There's only one song that Kevin wrote with the band maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Other than that, no.
They sometimes contribute to, you know, arrangements, and sometimes there's licks and stuff that they'll
Improvise a little?
Yeah, improvise a little, yeah. But
what was the first album you ever bought?
Pete Seeger did a film score, which I still reminisce about, called, I can't remember.
What about you?
It was an album called Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
I don't know if I've heard of that one.
Yeah. I think it could have been part of the British invasion. Maybe it was a little bit post-British invasion.
A little bit.
My friend Harry and I pooled our resources. My resources came from going upstairs when my father was out of the house, and he would turn his pants upside down when he put them back in the closet and drop the change out of his pockets.
I don't know why he always had so much change.
He had a lot of change.
Like, you know, $3, $4, $5 of quarters and nickels.
And I'm not encouraging stealing from your parents, but he never missed it. At least he did. If he did, he never told me. But so that's where Harry, I think, probably his parents probably gave him the money, but on my half of it, that's
I must have taught you how to do that, because I did exactly the same thing.
What film have you scored that you're most proud of having been a part of?
I think it would be a score that I arranged. It's a film done a long time ago. It's completely obscure. It's called The Wyeths, A Father and His Family. It's about N.C. Wyeth, who is Andrew's father. And the next generation, Andrew and his brother and sisters, it's just all about this amazing illustrator that N.C. Wyeth was. But he died a very depressed man because he saw in his son, Andrew, a true artist, and he felt like a craftsperson, you know, an illustrator. And what was really great is Ann Wyeth, who's Andrew's sister, who's a composer. So she sent me all these tracks and music and stuff, and I arranged the whole thing for the film. And I'll never forget that my main client in New York, every time we had a screening, he would cry. This film is so incredibly emotional. So that sticks out to me.
You've worked on a lot of stuff that's pretty heavy.
Well, the worst was I did the history of the 20th century for ABC right around the millennium. And boy, you come off that and you just feel like the 20th century was just the most worst possible part of history. And I got really depressed after finishing that, because you're constantly confronted with all this negativity, and that was too much for me. It really was.
Can you guys tell us a little bit about Boys and Bars?
Boys and Bars was a song that I wrote about being nostalgic for the 70s, and we were playing it. It was actually on our first record, and we did a video of it that we shot in New York. It was funny to think of it, but it was shot on 35 millimeter film back when people would make videos on 35 millimeter film. And Michael was kind of nostalgic for the video and came up with this idea that we could show it during our show and sing along with it. So while we were doing that, we decided to recut it, and we transposed it a little bit. So the video that Boys and Bars is now is a live version of us playing the song intercut with some of the old video.
Awesome. Let's take a look.
Jukebox pound, but you could barely see inside. Rumor had it years ago, it's where that girl had died. Why they call it the Cafe, I never understood.
like mud. But every night at 5 o'clock they'd start to come around. We began to set them up, they would knock them down. Sometime after midnight, with a pocket full of green, we locked the door, step outside, and our day would begin. 'Cause we were boys in bars, burning over shooting stars, cruising Broadway without cars. We were gonna take that town, nothing there would knock us down. That old apple would be ours. George was a lawyer in an old Brooks Brothers suit. Glenn worked for homicide, he had a pistol in his boot. Franco was a sculptor and he looked something like a beagle. Chaz did a lot of things, none of them were legal. Debbie was a waitress and she came all the way from Queens. We'd sit around and wonder how she got into those jeans. Mickey tended bar, so he always drank for free. Johnny was a lover, and he taught everything to me. We were boys in bars, cool as ice cubes, sharp as darts. We were burning down all those lonely hearts. And all that liquid gold, and all those lies we told, all those medals, all those scars. Last night I was thinking back on those sweet old disco days, but you know the memories were cloudy through that thick Marlboro haze. Freezing outside 54, just hoping he'd pick me. Skiing down Columbus, just like Jean-Claude Keely. Back before the ticking clock made all of us its slave. And back before the surf of love could put you in your grave. I'll never trade the days I lost for the years that I have found. But sometimes late at night I can hear that jukebox pound. 'Cause we were boys in bars, burning over shooting stars. We were boys in bars, cruising Broadway without cars. We were boys in bars, cool as ice cubes, sharp as stars. We were boys in bars, we were running down all those lonely hearts. We set 'em up now.
So, what are you guys working on now, and what do you have coming up next?
I'm going off to do a film in the UK. I'm doing it. Then I'm doing a series on Showtime called City on a Hill.
I've got a few little windows to get back to New York, and I'm trying not to get fired and give my clients the idea that I'm actually working this summer. No, I'm not. I'm touring in a bus.
Well, guys, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks for having
It's
us.
been a pleasure. Thanks so much for watching this week, guys. We had a fantastic time talking to John Schneider and the Bacon Brothers. Special thanks to them, Songbirds, and Alley Taps for hosting us. Check them out on social media and look us up too while you're at it. We'll see y'all really soon.